Hi there, and welcome to the Skylight Books author reading series. If you'd like to learn more about us and our many upcoming author events, please visit skylightbooks.com, where you can browse our inventory, buy books, and join our Friends with Benefits Club. You can also follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook. To speak to a real live bookseller like me, please call 323-660-1175. Thanks for your support, and enjoy.
Bryan Lee O'Malley is a Canadian cartoonist best known for the best-selling, award-winning Oni Press series Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim was adapted into a critically acclaimed major motion picture from Universal and video game from Ubisoft in 2010. O'Malley lives in Los Angeles, where he continues to make comics. Leslie Hung is a cartoonist and illustrator. She lives in Southern California. Jen Wang, our moderator tonight, is a cartoonist, author, and illustrator living in Los Angeles. She's the author of The Prince and the Dressmaker, which is also for sale back there, Coco Be Good, and co-author of the New York Times best-selling graphic novel In Real Life with Cory Doctorow. Her work has also appeared in Los Angeles Magazine, The Believer, Hazlitt, Slate, and McSweeney's. She's the co-founder and organizer of the annual festival Comic Arts Los Angeles. We're thrilled to have them with us this evening. Please join me in giving tonight's guests a warm welcome.
You should take the chairs. I'll cover here.
You get to choose.
I'm sitting here.
Awkward.
Oh my god. Hello? Okay. So, hi. I'm here with Leslie and Bryan, and since we already did intros as individuals, I guess maybe we should talk about let's give a kind of like introduction to Snotgirl, which hopefully everyone here has read at least the first volume of, right? But like maybe introduce Snotgirl and then maybe specifically what volume 2 is going into.
Oh no.
We hate this question.
We're not prepared. Just kidding. Snotgirl. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be weird about the mic for a second. Snotgirl. It's a comic about a fashion blogger in downtown Los Angeles who has really bad allergies, and that's it. That's the whole
all that
story. Yeah, I don't know. She kind of gets mixed up in something weird. She's trying to make a friend, and she thinks her life sucks, even though it's amazing. And it's just kind of about like modern anxieties and lifestyles. Yeah. Something like that. And there's a supernatural mystery element.
Sounds good.
That I don't like talking about. Cool. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So Snotgirl is set in Los Angeles, which is where we all live, I think.
Most of us.
And so I was kind of curious, like, what Los Angeles had to offer other than the fact that you're familiar with it that would make it different from, say, if you said it in New York or somewhere that is also known as like a fashion capital, right? So why fashion in LA or fashion blogger?
I don't know. LA is kind of weird because there's no fashion week here. I mean, there is, but it's really bad. So it's kind of like we kind of wanted to have like a homegrown fashion hero in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Even though she's complicated.
But there are like a lot of fashion bloggers from LA. Maybe it's because of the weather. I don't know. Maybe it's because there's lots of rich and hot people here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I lived in downtown for a few years, and like there's a proliferation of like Instagram spots, and like you see people doing shoots everywhere you go. It's kind of all over LA now, but downtown kind of seemed like the hub in the first couple of years. Like when we started talking about Snotgirl was like maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah, and I think it's just we see people that we normally wouldn't see everywhere. Like it started out on like Lookbook and people's blogs,
right?
Or even before that, like on LiveJournal and those blogs.
We watched fashion blogging like grow up on the internet,
and then now it's like this huge industry.
Now it's in the real world. It's spilled over.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you started doing Snotgirl in like 2016, or that was when it was published. Like, has the fashion scene, like, as you were writing it, changed? Like, did you have to like sort of adjust anything?
I feel like everything has changed so much, like in the past 2 years. We're just in like a new era that has just begun, so it's really a lot to process in general. What about fashion-wise? I don't know. I let Leslie take care of all that stuff now.
You've always made me.
You're the visual.
I've always. I don't know. It's interesting because I feel like maybe even 2 years ago you could probably talk to people and they'd be like, you can't make money off of that. And that wasn't true back then, and it's definitely not true now, especially if you got in really early. And I think that's kind of that. I feel like Snotgirl's a lot about that insecurity about not knowing if your place in the world is valid.
Yeah, if it's like a legitimate
And
career.
I think that's what a lot of people think when they look at like YouTubers or fashion bloggers or even cartoonists.
Yeah, it's a whole new category of like people that are somewhere like in the space between like corporations and fans, basically, floating in the middle and like trying to profit off both.
Yeah, because like the characters are so young, but then they've been doing it forever. Like they talk about like, yeah, that was like 8 years ago, and you're like, wait, they were how old?
Yeah. Well, it's like comics too. Like everyone kind of starts out young, I think.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not in it when you're young, it's a totally different type of person that's going to get into fashion blogging now versus the one that was just so weird they had to hide on the internet all the time. And like kind of that's why like Lottie has such a veneer, is because she's kind of been projecting herself, like the most perfect image of herself for so long.
Yeah, she's really cultivated that like online persona and not the real life persona.
Yeah, so how do you, I mean, is that something you relate to? as people who have like very, you're very, I guess, you have popular social media accounts, like, you know, like about graphic novels, not like fashion blogging. But yeah, like how does your personal experiences, like, I guess, like add to Lottie's?
I'm like cool online but not cool offline. So that's kind of like where it's at.
I don't even know if I'm cool. I feel like I'm always not sure what to post or anything. Like, I feel when I first started my Instagram or my Twitter, I would just be going crazy all the time. That was kind of why it was fun, because it was like no one was really paying attention. I could just do whatever I wanted.
You could do whatever, yeah.
And then once people started looking at me, and I was like, no, don't.
Yeah, like the more popular we get, like the more reluctant we are to post anything.
Yeah, and it's like we're not even remotely close to like 1 million followers.
I know.
So we're just like being
we're
crazy
way worse than Snotgirl.
Yeah, we're like her stalkers.
We overthink everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like a big part of, I guess, like a recurring motif in the books are fans and like fan obsession, and there's like people who are big fans of Lottie, but then like Lottie herself is like a big fan, you know, of other people, and like how do I guess, like, yeah, what's your take on that?
I feel like
being a fan.
Yeah, like I feel like social media has turned like everyone into fans. Like fans of
you can
yourself,
be a fan of anything.
Fan of your friends. Like what? Yeah, like everything has like its own like fandom, whether it's small or huge. And it's like I was saying about like bloggers and influencers are like somewhere between like fandom and like the institution, basically. So yeah, it's like this elevated fan position where you get to make money doing it. And we feel like that sometimes.
Like, I think when I was first talking about Lottie to Bryan, I was saying that she's like a nerd that was really into fashion, and that's kind of why I think she's different from people who are actually cool and they're actually normal and they have like good personalities, is because she was like a huge weirdo, and I kind of feel I can relate to that.
Yeah, totally. Like, yeah, the internet really gave like us weird, quiet people like a platform to talk to each other and like find each other. Like, I have so many weird online friends that I rarely hang out with that like I think are like the coolest people ever. I mean, like Leslie, but like
hugely weird and very quiet.
Super weird, quiet people who are like the best. They have the best brain, and like you only know that because the internet exists. So I don't know. To me, that's like the good side of the internet. But there's so many bad sides now.
Yeah, we see a lot more of the bad, and everything's like more amplified and crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the fan mentality comes from. Is that you can just be like. You can be a fan 1 second and something happens and you're like, I hate it now. Like,
canceled.
Love turns to hate so easily.
Yeah. So like, I mean, so you're talking about like the sort of good sides about the internet. Like, are there? I kind of feel like Snotgirl is generally a little more like critical, or at least like exploring the downsides of it. Like, do you feel like there are elements of Snotgirl that are about sort of like what's positive about having like grown up on the internet, basically?
I don't know. Is anything positive in Snotgirl?
I think I don't know. I feel like to grow up, we have to not be on our computers and phones so much.
Which is so hard to like accept.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like maybe too much internet, especially as I've gotten older. I'm like,
yeah,
I need to hide
I guess
more
that's
and like
true.
be alive, like be a person.
Yeah, I think the positive moments of Snotgirl are like the offline connections, like when they're finally like face to face and like accepting their emotions or whatever. That more and more becomes like the real defining moments for the characters.
Yeah, and I think the thing is about Snotgirl is that it's there's never going to be a point where someone's just going to be like, I'm leaving the internet and it's a good thing. Like,
right. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's so like
kind of in it.
That's not the answer. Yeah, it's all about like learning to live with it, I think.
Yeah, we're not trying to tell everyone to put down your phones like forever.
Yeah.
Even if we want to.
Or even for like 5 minutes. Like, maybe try 1 minute.
It's like breathing underwater.
That's terrible.
So I mean, like, so one thing that I guess in this volume, which I think spans like it's like
6 to 10.
chapter, or like
5
issues
chapters.
6 to
6 through
10, I think, is you start to explore more of those relationships where they're like I guess they're the friendships between the characters. And one thing that I think for sure is different about this volume is that you start to kind of explore the male characters more. There's like an extended, I guess, like sauna spa sequence where you have like many of the male characters interacting with each other. And since the story is mainly, I guess, focused on the female relationships, like, can you talk about sort of what's going on with the men?
Why did you refer to Bryan on that? Mostly just because
I wrote the story first.
Yeah.
No, but like we had always talked right from the beginning. We talked about doing like a sports issue.
Yeah, I think
like,
I just wanted to have everyone
Leslie
like sweating
wanted,
and
yeah.
like. I feel like when you're doing sports, it's like you're at your worst. When you're working out, it's like
everyone's
you're so
like
vulnerable
sweaty
and like
mean.
tired.
Yeah. So like Leslie always talked about wanting to draw that, and I'm always like when I write, like the goal is like to get Leslie excited or like horny, basically.
Yeah, so, I love that issue.
So like, I just had to give her like an issue full of like shirtless guys, and it was like the most like frictionless. Like she drew it like so easily. It seemed
that
like.
one. I feel like it's also because I'm so used to drawing like so much hair all the time.
Yeah,
I'm like,
hair and
I'm
clothes.
tired of drawing people in clothes and with long hair. So this is like the total opposite: short hair and
short
no
hair
clothes.
and just naked. Yeah, so that was really fun. That one was like really. I feel like that turned a corner for us. And we had a good time doing it.
Yeah, I want to get more into like character, like getting outside of Snotgirl just to give it perspective.
Give everyone a break from Lottie's narration and like her anxiety. And it's also interesting to explore like masculinity in a different way, and with Leslie's art, like because it's it's not like it's not a male gaze in the book. It's like something different. It's whatever you do. I don't know what that is.
It's my gaze.
Yes,
the Leslie gaze. Yeah, because I feel like when I was reading kind of like the earlier chapters, I kind of thought that the men would be sort of just like pretty much supporting almost like antagonists,
like
almost
foils,
yeah,
like
and then
mask.
and then I was kind of surprised that you actually start going into like their individual friendships or relationships with each other, and I thought that was pretty cool and interesting. So I guess I don't know. I guess now that we haven't touched on a lot of like spoilery type stuff, but like, do you feel that since it is like an ongoing series, are there things that have like evolved or changed that you want to talk about? Like since you started doing Snotgirl?
Like in our approach, I mean, it constantly evolves, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if fans love hearing it, but it's pretty organic. Like, things have changed. Like, there are certain plot points. Like, I think the boys issue is like also something we wanted to touch on eventually.
It was like an anchor point for us.
Yeah, there's like certain things where we're like, we want to eventually get to this, and they always get moved back. Like, the goalposts are just far away.
Yeah, everything kind of keeps getting pushed back because we just want to explore the characters more.
But I feel like, for me, I think the biggest thing was that we didn't really want Lottie to have like a redemption arc. But she kind of just has one anyway, just because
she thinks she's going through one, so she's having a good time.
Yeah, something's happening.
She thinks people can change.
Yeah, she comes to the same
theme.
revelation like every
arc.
Every arc, she thinks that, you know, baby steps are the way, I guess.
Yeah, well, baby steps are the way, I think. I don't know the way where, but they're the way. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know. I mean, I keep saying this, but like I saw an interview with the creator of Breaking Bad where he was like, at the beginning of season 3, like we had no idea what was going to happen, or like we just wrote a cliffhanger. We're like, we'll figure it out in 2 months when we come back to work. So that was like really reassuring to me because I tend to write that way, which doesn't make fans very happy or excited, but I don't know. I really enjoy like kind of the improvisation of it.
Do you have like fans that have these like long, like these like crazy conspiracy theories about like this is like what this is alluding to and it's gonna go here? And
I feel like
a little bit, but not that much.
No one's really gone super crazy. Mostly people just think it's all like a hallucination, which is not what's happening.
Well, the story is still kind of like coalescing. So I think maybe we'll give them more to theorize about later, but it's still kind of early days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like me like watching someone like flounder in like a little kiddie pool, and I'm like, have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. We like reading the tweets.
Yeah, and screaming.
Yeah.
Do you have favorite characters? I guess maybe other than Lottie, even though
she's
I like
no
Misty.
one's favorite. Yeah, you like Misty.
I like the boys. Just because no one else likes them, I have to like them.
I like the boys. I think they're fun.
She loves Ashley, her favorite.
Oh yeah,
character.
I love Ashley.
Ashley and Charlene are your favorite characters.
Charlene's my favorite.
I like Charlene, but I find her hard to write. I find them all hard to write. I don't know. The whole book feels kind of like outside my comfort zone, which is like constantly challenging, but somewhat rewarding, I think. I don't know if I have a favorite though.
Yeah.
Do you have a least favorite?
It's kind of hard to
Do I have
pick
a least
if you're
favorite?
the parent.
No, wait, my favorite is Virgil, but like, we haven't done anything with him yet, so he's
You're just
like,
enjoying how much he's evolved and like become like a
and like Leslie pointed out that like he didn't say a word for like the past 3 issues or something. He's just kind of there, and I kind of like that, but I'll try to give him more to do in the future.
Yeah, he's kind of just, I don't know.
We don't know what he's doing.
He's a red herring.
But he's so cute.
Or is he?
Yeah, but that was one of those characters that just kind of like came out while we were writing, and I had no idea what he would look like, and then what Leslie drew him as was just so shockingly different from anything I had pictured that it's just constantly fun to see him.
Yeah, do you have like sort of specific ideas for characters that like you tend to kind of clash over a little bit, like when you're coming up with either the design or like fleshing out the character?
I don't know. Leslie probably remembers clashing more than.
Well, it was. I think Bryan just wanted everyone to have bangs, and I was like, it's not gonna happen. Like,
I just draw everyone with bangs.
I was like, not everyone has bangs. Like, that's not the thing.
No, it's fine. And you made Caroline look like perfect with
I
her.
purposely gave Caroline no bangs just because only cool girls can wear like a middle part and stuff like that.
Yeah, she's so cool. She doesn't even need bangs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what the question was already.
Oh, just
Clashing?
yeah. Well, just
like,
in reference
fight?
to like Virgil.
Yeah,
and
no,
sort of,
yeah,
like,
we just.
different
I mean,
ideas.
so yeah, I don't really talk about the visual very much. Like, I think even to a fault, like I need to talk about it more in the future. I'm just like, yeah, Leslie, come up with something. Because I don't know, I'm so used to like making up my own characters, and I don't want to be like overbearing about it. So I just tended to like give her complete free reign, which I think leads to a more interesting collaboration for me.
Yeah, it's nice because I don't feel like I'm like, oh no, I have to draw this other character I didn't.
Yeah, like
have a
you
hand
don't
in
hate any of the characters because I didn't like force them on you or anything.
Yeah.
They're just like we came up with them together, and you came up with most of the visual, and like together we came up with their character traits and flaws. So.
Yeah, I think the character that we went back and forth most on was probably Lottie, just because she started out super different from how she was now.
Yeah, I think she was like a little more edgy at the beginning. That's why she had a cigarette in the first poster that Leslie did.
And I was like, I don't really know if she would.
Yeah, like we're just not edgy enough to write a character like that, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, describe Lottie's like fashion aesthetic. Like something I like in the back of this volume is you have your comments section and you sort of break down a lot of the outfits and sort of like what you were thinking. But what is like kind of the thing that ties a lot of Lottie's, I guess, fashion
like a
together?
hot person.
Yeah.
It's just basically like whatever a hot person will wear, like just most revealing and.
But it's so specific though.
It is.
There's a lot
specific.
of pink and like a lot of like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Boobs.
A lot of the time it was just. Sometimes I'll look through Instagram, or sometimes I'll just be like, I want to draw like an outfit that looks like it's from like Clueless or like Romeo and Michelle or something like that. Like something that I would have fun with, or if I see something fun that any of the characters will wear, I will try to put them in it. The hardest person to dress is always Meg, just because she's so boring. So I'm always just like on ModCloth, and I'm like, ugh, I guess she would wear that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but you do an admirable job.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah, is Meg supposed to be like popular? Like, does she have a big social media
she's like
presence?
popular among other ModCloth type people, I guess.
She's supposed to be like an aesthetic blogger.
She's like a lifestyle blogger.
Yeah, like
she's
she would take pictures of her like her teacup.
She has like a hot
stuff.
boyfriend and like.
Yeah, like it's all about her whole life.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she's gonna become like a wedding blogger. We keep talking about stuff like that. Like, I mean, in the comic they talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, I don't know, the person who's gonna blog their entire life, like every stage of their life.
Yeah, she'll probably write a book about it at some point. Just how to
she
be
probably
like,
already has a book deal. That's fun.
Yeah, because I was always like wondering like would Lottie really hang out with Meg? But then like she would if she were really popular and famous. So.
Yeah. Well, also I don't know. Like we haven't really talked about like how they all started hanging out, but I just feel like they're just these like miserable introverts who like don't really know how to make friends. So like the ones that they made in the past are just gonna stick because that's like all they have.
Yeah, just in my mind they always just met like on early internet, and that's how they were friends. And
yeah, they became friends like in 2007 online, and like they just can't stop being friends now.
And that's why Lottie's so sick of them sometimes.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, they were like live journal friends.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your like? Since you do a lot of the creative collaboration stuff together, like what is that? Like? Do you have like a Google Doc that you both contribute to? Do you just like text each other like when you have an idea? Like how does that look?
Pretty much. Like we'll text. I've been trying to do it more lately. Like every issue, text. Like have a day where we just talk about it. Like what's gonna happen? What do we think should happen after? Like extrapolating to the next few issues. Because it's always evolving. It never stays static.
Yeah, I think even the first issue changed like a bunch of times.
Yeah, the first one I
got,
rewrote a bunch. Yeah, the first. I remember the fourth issue too, but that was more like deadline issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what was going to happen in the second book at all, and then it happened, and it was fun. I don't know. I thought it came to like a really satisfying place towards the end. So. Yeah,
it goes. We go back and forth quite a bit, I think. Just even like in the script.
Yeah, we kind of like have a conversation between every stage.
Yeah.
Like I'll do like a plot outline, and then we'll talk about it, and then I'll do a script, we'll talk about it, and then she'll draw and we'll talk about it. So.
And then I start inking it, and then it's just gone.
And then we never talk about it again. Yeah.
Yeah, do you do a lot of like sort of like editing afterward, like after you finish drawing and you're like, oh no, like I want to change?
I do.
Like,
I rewrite almost everything because I work on the lettering with Mare, and it's that takes up a lot of. I kind of give myself a lot of leeway to like leave jokes and bits until the very end, and I just like.
Yeah, you like waiting to see all the drawings.
Yeah, because it's like the way you draw a face like will really inform what the character is supposed to be saying in that panel. Yeah, so lettering is like a huge component of the book.
Yeah, so like talk about some of the other collaborators you work with.
With
Rachel and Mickey.
Oh yeah, well Mickey doesn't work
Mickey.
on the book anymore.
Mickey's an old friend of Leslie's. Colored the first arc. Colored this cover too, and I forgot to credit her. She's awesome. And then Rachel was helping Mickey.
Rachel was splatting for the first arc. So I basically work with them both in the same way. Like we kind of just, I'll give them initial notes on each page. I'll have it's usually pretty specific, but it gets a lot worse like as we go along. And
I've never seen these notes, and I don't want to see them.
and I'll get pages back and then do notes that way. Sometimes I draw on the pages, and like I'm super.
Do you like get mad when the pages come in?
I get scared because sometimes I'll look at the pages because we use Google Drive and we're like looking at the pages online, and they look everything looks bad on Google Drive. Like you can't make it look better. The line art looks like really like it's done with a stick or something.
Yeah, everything looks kind of crappy. The quality.
And then I'll like freak out and like make more notes, and usually it turns out fine. Like haven't had a problem yet.
Yeah, turns out pretty good.
Yeah, is this the first time that you, Leslie, have worked with like a colorist or like on a project?
I never thought I would, but here we are.
Yeah.
I always thought that if I would do it, it would just be me coloring it, but I don't really like coloring, so.
Yeah, not a comic. Like a comic, doing an illustration in color is fun, but doing a comic, there's so many panels, there's so many drawings, like so many things to color. All the buttons on everyone's shirt, whatever. All the hairs on everyone's head. It's just like it's too much.
Yeah. Was that ever like a part of like a question, like whether you would be coloring it yourself, or were you just always like, no, this is not going to happen?
I kind of thought about it, and I was like, I mean, I could technically do it. It's just a matter. It would just
take like another 2 months. Per issue.
It would take even longer if I did it. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean that's really the thing. Like working with a team, like, and then Mari, the letterer, like.
It helps a lot.
We can like be super late, and they can cram in the last 2 weeks and just finish it, which is terrible of us. But I don't know. It's kind of just how it works. It's always like kind of a sprint to the finish line.
It's always like it takes the longest in the beginning, and whoever is at the beginning, they can take however long they want. And then I'll try to finish things in a timely manner, but it doesn't always work out. And then just like boils down to like right before the deadline, then that's.
It's pretty bad. I don't know. I'm pretty busy though. I have like too many jobs.
I don't blame you. I'm just saying.
No, I know. It's just, that's why it's bi-monthly as a comic book. But I don't know. It kind of works. We're still figuring it out. Like there's still like a learning curve. This is our first comic, all of us. Like ongoing monthly, whatever, semi-monthly comic. So it's there's been a huge learning curve, but I think we're getting there.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's pretty consistent. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't seem like that from like your point of view, but I
think it comes out like looking like super professional, which is all we could ask for, I guess. Because like at the end, we're just like, what is it? I don't understand what's happening in this comic anymore. We just lose our minds. So.
Like I can't look at it for like at least a month after it comes out. I'm just like, I won't even bother trying to read it.
I read it so many times during the lettering. Like I read it so many times, it's insane. Just to like make sure it all flows. I get sick of it too.
Does it feel different though? Like, because like normally you would probably be doing it yourself. Like you're like the only person who's like working on your comic. But then now you have like Leslie, you have like like a couple other people to sort of like be those second eyes. And does that feel more like, I don't know, or are you all sort of like in that like paranoia spiral together?
I don't think Mari cares at all.
Mari doesn't care. He's in Seattle. He's fine. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of spiral, and I kind of I feel like I'm in the dark, like because I'm so used to drawing my own stuff. Like I don't know what it's gonna look like, and sometimes I can't even picture it. I'm really bad at picturing things in my head. I think that's why I draw so much. So when I'm like writing a script, sometimes I'm just like, I have no idea what this is gonna look like, and then I give it to Leslie, and she's like, this doesn't make sense. Like this cannot be drawn. And I'm like, oh my god, you're right, because I just get lost in the words. I don't know. I feel really insecure about being the writer, which is why I'm probably like overbearing in the lettering stage and like overdoing it with the dialogue.
No, it's fine.
But it's fine. According to Leslie, it's fine.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like when you're doing it all yourself, then you give yourself those holes to fill in later anyway.
Yeah, totally.
So it's not like everything's figured out every stage unless.
No, yeah.
I'm sure at least one person does that, but it's not common.
Yeah. I mean, even when I'm doing my own stuff, I'm still making up jokes at the last minute and like rewriting all the dialogue. So
yeah, and I think if you give yourself that flexibility, it's a lot better too. Just because just having everything planned out from the beginning doesn't always make the best product, I guess. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've always felt like I would be bored if I knew exactly what was going to happen from the first page to the last page.
Yeah, and if everything came out exactly the way you expected it, it wouldn't be fun either, because then
That's not art.
like sometimes you just have like some weird surprises along the way,
Yeah.
and that ends up being the most fun part of it all.
Yeah, sometimes the stuff you add at the last second is like what everyone remembers, and you barely even remember adding it.
Yeah. Are there any like fashion bloggers that have like approached you as like a fan and being like, this is like, I relate to this?
I was like looking out, trying to see if there's anyone I follow, like in their audience or something.
Yeah,
like
are
me.
they here? Oh my god. No, I don't know. I'm scared of them, so I hope not.
Like no fashion bloggers and like specifically, but I had like the designer for one. Like initially, I kind of based Lottie off of this blogger that I followed since I was probably in college, so I think almost 10 years ago. So I've been following her for a while. Like I don't still follow her, but then she has like a clothing line now, and then the designer approached me and I was like, this is weird, getting weird now. It's like starting to
The circle,
it's
yeah.
like the singularity with
Yeah.
actual people who are actually fashionable and cool.
Yeah, it's
Were
super
they
weird.
were they offering you like?
Well, he was really
clothes,
nice, and
or-
he was like, if you want anything, like, I can give you something. And I was like, I can't wear these clothes. They're so small. But thank you. Like, it was nice just because it was interesting to have that convergence, even if it was
Yeah.
scary, just because we're nerds and we
Stuff
don't
like
really
that
know.
happens, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. What are some of those fashion bloggers that are maybe like inspirations?
I mean, we can't tell you.
Yeah. Well, maybe not like
No one's
specifically like
yeah, no
the
one's
person,
like
but-
specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were some that we were like both following. We found out, or we both knew of them, not necessarily following
Yeah.
them, but we were just like,
It's just like
don't know.
they're always just like hot people in LA, and they're like
Yeah.
the ones that were like, oh, I want to be a stylist, but I just end up styling myself all the time, and like,
yeah.
That's
I
what
just
they
found
do.
the whole like ethos of it really interesting, and like we both had been interested in it for a long time. Like I started following a lot of fashion bloggers back when I was doing Scott Pilgrim. Like I was looking for outfits, especially for like Envy Adams. Like I feel like that
Yeah.
character of Envy was kind of like a ancestor of Snotty. In a way, it's like another like nerd who turns hot. So yeah, I don't know. I've always been kind of like fascinated by how that whole world grew up.
yeah, I think I remember like once I was at this bar like a couple years ago in LA, and I saw a fashion blogger in real life, and I was
You
like,
ran
oh my
away
God.
screaming?
I was like, she's so hot. Like I was like, no wonder she's like a fashion blogger. But
Yeah.
I think after that I was like, wow, that is actually a real thing. It's like that's like kind of like the John Cho type character,
Like
where
hot person syndrome, or of you reacting to a hot person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like just seeing them and they're like,
Even
'cause sometimes
Snotty
it's-
does it.
Yeah, she
She's
does it all the time, and
The
I think
hot
that's
person
why it's funny.
alarm. Yeah, we're
a
scared. We're
siren
scared of
going
hot
on in her
people. So I think that's natural. It's like a fight or flight response of a hot person. Maybe it's not natural. Maybe we're just we're deeply screwed up.
We're like, let's run away from all the hot people that we see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess like like whatever you're comfortable talking about, like as far as what's coming up next for people who have read all of the Snotgirls.
More family stuff.
Oh yeah, we're finally getting into like a little bit of her family,
Lottie's family.
because she's supposed to be half Asian. Her mom is Japanese. We haven't actually I don't think you've drawn the family yet, so we'll see how they turn out. But yeah, it's supposed to be. I've always wanted to write like about a mixed family because I'm half Korean and half white, half whatever, French Canadian, white Irish. I don't know. So yeah, that's interesting to me. Just like the makeup of a mixed family is interesting to me. So we're gonna write about that, and then all the other plot lines that I forget what they are. Every issue,
There's like a couple murder mysteries.
there's like some
Yeah.
mysteries going on. I guess
Some ghosts.
Yeah.
there was a ghost
Some
at one
confusing
point.
romance.
Yeah, some maybe romance. Yeah, I don't know.
Boys.
Everyone's relationships. Yeah, more shirtless boys probably. I don't know. I just want to keep having fun with it, and we don't like planning too much.
Yeah.
I
Do
guess.
you have sort of like an ending in mind, or are you just sort of like trying to keep it fresh as you go?
We
Just
do.
coming
Yeah, we
together.
have like kind of like goalposts like coming up, but we're just like not that in a hurry to get there. I guess.
Yeah, I think It'll eventually end, and there will be an ending. It's just it has changed since we first started talking about it, which is basically at the beginning. It's like we have a beginning and an end, and then we just fill in the middle. But it's been changing, and it's ever changing. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's just like, we introduced all this stuff, and eventually we'll make it all come together and make sense. That's the goal of writing.
All right. And for a complete non sequitur, what is your favorite attraction at Disneyland?
Disneyland. I mean, for me, it's still Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know. I'm a classicist.
I thought you say classist. I was like, what?
Not classist. Classicist.
I like Space Mountain. I like the Dole Pineapple booth.
I always get sick on Space Mountain.
Yeah, I get sick on Space Mountain too.
I went on Guardians of the Galaxy once, and I got so sick. I don't like it. I used to like Tower of Terror, but I don't like Guardians. And Space Mountain, what makes me sick is the flash at the end. It like flashes you.
When it takes a picture of you?
You're in the dark. Yeah, it takes a picture of you, and I'm always just like, I'm gonna barf now.
Well, it's over. Like that's what it's over.
I'm very light sensitive. I'm sensitive to everything.
All right. Well, cool.
Should we take any audience?
Yeah,
How much time do we
let's
have?
do some Q&A.
Anyone have any questions?
Anyone have any questions? Are you guys shy? Well, you raised your hand first. From an art standpoint, do you have a favorite cartoon or animation?
Animation.
Or comic?
Or comic.
No? Not comic?
Not
you just
comic?
want to know about animation?
Animation? Oh my god, when's the last time I watched like
Anime?
an animated thing?
Ice skating, whatever that was called? Yuri on Ice?
No, I don't.
You hate everything.
Everything looks bad to me now, but I like Utena the best.
Utena, yeah, that's your favorite.
But it's like my favorite overall. Like it's not just the art. I like everything about it. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the whole thing, and she's still mad at me.
I don't know. Well, was that the whole question, or is that? Okay, sorry.
I don't know. I don't watch that much.
I just don't
animation.
like voice acting, so that's why I like.
Wait, we
comics.
both watched Neo Yokio, and we both
Oh,
liked
yeah, I like
that.
Neo Yokio.
That was kind of like
I don't know.
Snotgirl-esque. I
I
liked
don't know
it a
about
lot.
art, but I know people that worked on it, so I feel like it's hard to be like it looked.
Yeah, I don't know.
It looked how
fine
it was supposed to look.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think because I remember mentioning it to someone, and they were like, "Oh, I hate the art," and I was like, "Oh, really?"
I'm like, it all looks the
I didn't
same.
think about it.
It
yeah,
all looks
just,
the same to me.
It looks like a cheesy anime drawing. I don't know. That was the goal, I thought. I don't know. Other cartoons, I don't know. I'm scared to watch FLCL too, because I was like, now I'm more scared. You guys made me more scared. I'm not going to watch it ever. Thank you.
Just don't watch it.
I'm not going to.
I don't know, what else do I like? I like very few things.
I don't know. I was always like, I don't like anime. I like the manga better.
Yeah, I don't like voice acting.
I'm snotty, yeah. I'm not this snotty. I'm snotty in real life. Yeah, I don't know. Animation. It's cool. We have a lot of friends in animation. I can't hate on animation.
You can't hate on it, but I don't watch it that much.
Yeah.
I should watch it more, but I don't.
We always say that. Any more? You had your hand up.
Are there any comics you guys are currently reading or ones you guys really like?
I like Doom Patrol. I like Shade, Changing Girl.
I like the ones she says.
I like My Hero Academia. I like One Piece. I started catching up on that, and then now I'm going to be not caught up again just because I have to start working again.
You read like 100 volumes of One Piece.
Yeah.
It's like reading Homestuck. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, Leslie drew a cover for Homestuck. That came out as a book, apparently. Is it out?
I don't think it's out yet.
Oh, it's coming out.
I think it's like a
Do you guys know what
edition.
Homestuck is? I'm just kidding. Don't ask me about Homestuck. I don't know. I don't read enough lately. I bought something. Oh, I bought that X-Men. It's this big ass X-Men. Ed Piskor did this X-Men book that's like kind of like weird, independent comic style history of the X-Men. So I haven't actually read it yet, but I'm really excited about it because I love the X-Men. That's all I know. That's all I got. Wait, let's go to her first. Hey.
Conceptual art people, and of course, like I know a lot of your work is in comics, and I feel like my introduction to you was through a lot of your sketches. I don't know if that ended up being a conversation between you guys when you were starting the project, or if there was one illustrative style or anything like that.
like the difference between illustrators and
'Cause I'm, like,
comics?
Classically more an illustrator instead of a...
Because you like went to school for illustration or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not an illustrator. I mean, I guess that's part of it. Like, part of the goal of Snotgirl was like to make Leslie do a comic.
Yeah, I think
because her art is so good. Like,
there are a lot of things about illustrators that make comics and they don't have any like sort of guidance and they don't really read comics that are different to me. So it's like with me, I'm always like struggling with like I want to make a really pretty like panel, and that's kind of like that's the mentality you have when you're an illustrator, is that you just want to make one nice drawing.
Yeah.
As opposed to comics where it's like
kind of like quick and dirty.
Yeah, like you have to make a lot of drawings, and they can be good and they can be like bad, and you also have to make room for like words and like
you have to draw the back
happening.
of people's heads and stuff, like stuff you would never want to draw if you were just doing an illustration.
Yeah, exactly. So
like cars and trees.
It's definitely been like I think because I always felt like I was a bad illustrator, so I was just like I would prefer to do
you focus on what you like, which is like mostly hot people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why we structured the comic around like drawings of hot people, because it's playing to Leslie's strengths.
I don't know. I guess Brian didn't really think about it.
I don't think about anything. Is that a good enough answer? I don't know. I think so. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a cartoonist, like quick and dirty. So yeah, it's very different working with Leslie, where she can draw really good. So
I'm trying.
That's nice. Do we have time for like one more? What? Wait, this guy with the hair in the back? Yeah. Do I have a favorite video game? Do you have a favorite video game? Monster Hunter?
I like Monster Hunter. Haven't been playing video games that much recently.
What was I playing? Oh, I just got this Sega Genesis collection for PS4. I feel super lame even playing it, but I started playing this game Kid Chameleon that I used to play when I like rented it one weekend when I was a kid. So I've been playing it. It's like actually really fun.
You have to live your truth.
I don't usually enjoy playing old games these days, honestly, except for like the really good ones, Super Mario and stuff. So that's basically all I do. I don't have a Switch yet.
I don't either.
I looked at a list of Switch games and I was like, all I want is Mario. So I'll wait a bit. That's what ends up happening.
And you'll never get it.
Yeah. I want it to be... I don't know. I like playing Mario. I like all the Mario games. Those are my favorites. I'm not a hardcore gamer anymore. I used to be like way more into it. I think I just got burnt out. I put all of it into like Scott Pilgrim, and then I just like... You're like, now I have no more. Well, also like I can't keep up. I don't know. They got too fast, too big. It's scary. That's not a good ending note. Yeah, ask another question. Ask a really good question.
Would you ever consider putting any cameos from Scott Pilgrim into Snotgirl?
No.
They're not hot enough.
Leslie can't... Yeah, exactly. Leslie can't draw them because they're not hot enough.
I've drawn Ramona a couple of times, but I just feel like they wouldn't like their worlds wouldn't.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the problem with like all. I don't know. Everything I write, I like it to be really like protagonist driven, and the whole world is kind of like oriented around the main character. So it's hard to imagine a lot of my characters from different works interacting. Like I did cameos in the background of Seconds, but like they wouldn't like. I guess they could like talk. I don't know. I'll probably put more cameos in the next thing I draw, but probably not in Snotgirl. And also, they will never say bread makes you fat.
Yeah, they don't.
They're like, what's bread?
They're like, we don't know what that is. We live in LA. We don't eat it.
So yeah, that's to put that question to rest.
Yeah, it's an exclusive answer. We won't ever answer a tweet about it. Just
yeah, I'll never say it ever again. Bread does not make you fat.
It doesn't.
I don't know. Does it? It's a mystery. Read Snotgirl to find out.
The mystery of whether bread makes you fat or not.
Okay, we're losing steam here. We're going crazy. Let's wrap it up. Yeah.
I guess is that it for questions, or should we? I guess move on to signings.
I think we should start signing.
Yeah, I don't even know what time it is.
Because I don't know when the store closes, but let's not do that. There we go. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Skylight Books author reading series. Don't forget, you can listen to this and all of our other great podcasts at skylightbooks.com. Thanks again for stopping by, and we hope to see you soon.